Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. Cabinet approves MOUs with South Korea and Russia for expanding cooperation in tourism and transport. Also clears renaming of Jharsuguda Airport in Odisha as Veer Surendra Sai Airport. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Budgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. Election Commission team led by Chief O.P. Rawat reviews poll preparedness in Chhattisgarh. Northeast monsoon sets in over parts of South India. And in cricket, West Indies win the toss and elect to bat against India in the 5th and final ODI at Thiruvananthapuram. The Cabinet has approved signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between India and South Korea. The main objective of the MOU is to expand bilateral cooperation in tourism and to increase exchange of information and data related to this sector. India and South Korea have enjoyed a strong diplomatic and long economic relationship and now desire to strengthen and further develop the established relationship for strengthening cooperation in the field of tourism. The Cabinet was also apprised of the MOU between India and Russia for the development of cooperation in transport education. More from our correspondent.
The Cabinet also cleared renaming of Jharsuguda Airport in Odisha as Veer Surendra Sai Airport. Veer Surendra Sai is a well-known freedom fighter of Odisha. Renaming of the Jharsuguda Airport in his name will fulfill long-pending demand of the Odisha government, which reflects the sentiments of the local people of the respective area. It will also be a befitting tribute to the contribution of the revered personality associated with the state. The government has also given ex post facto approval for moving a resolution in the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance for amending the framework agreement of the ISA, for opening up the ISA membership to all countries that are members of the United Nations. The Cabinet also approved agreement between India and Morocco on mutual legal assistance in criminal matters. With Saubhagyakar from Delhi, Gulshan Rawat for AIR News.
The Centre has approved a Safe City project for Lucknow at a cost of 194 crore rupees under the Nirbhaya Fund scheme. The project would be implemented as a centrally sponsored scheme, with the centre providing 60% of the funds and the state's share being 40%. The approval is part of the Union Home Ministry's plans to implement Safe City projects in 8 selected cities, namely Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad and Lucknow under the Nirbhaya Fund. The aim is to strengthen safety and security of women in public places. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces in Budgam district today. The gunfight took place at Zugu Arizal area of the Central Kashmir district. The security forces launched a cordon and search operation last night following a tip-off about the presence of terrorists in the area. As the forces zeroed in on the suspected place, the hiding terrorists opened fire, triggering a gun battle. Talking to AIR News, State DGP Dilbag Singh said,
साउथ कश्मीर में जो एंटी मिलिटेंसी ऑपरेशन चल रहे हैं उसके चलते ये मिलिटेंट अपना जो एरिया शिफ्ट करके बडगाम के एरिया में कुछ एक जगहों पे अपना जो अड्डा बना रहे थे, तो इसके ऊपर इंटेलिजेंस बेस्ड जो ऑपरेशन है वो लॉन्च किया गया था पिछली रात को। इस ऑपरेशन में 2 मिलिटेंट वो मारे गए हैं। एक की शनाख्त तो लोकल करके हो रही है और दूसरा जो है फॉरेन टेररिस्ट लगता है। ये दोनों लश्कर तौबा से संबंध रखते थे।
An Election Commission of India team headed by Chief Election Commissioner O.P. Rawat is reviewing poll preparedness for Chhattisgarh Assembly elections in Raipur today. The team held a meeting with the representatives of political parties in Raipur this morning. Our correspondent has more.
During a meeting with Election Commission, representatives of various political parties gave their suggestions. Chief Election Commissioner is now having meetings with district returning officers, superintendent of police of various districts and other senior officials of administration, police as well as coordinators of Central Armed Police Force and nodal officers of the state police to ensure peaceful polling. Later during the day, the CC will have a meeting with Chief Secretary, DGP and Secretaries of Home, Finance, Excise and Transport Departments of Chhattisgarh government. Peaceful polling in the 18 constituencies which are going to poll on November 12 in the first phase is main concern and challenge for Election Commission as most of these assembly segments are affected by left-wing extremism. Chhattisgarh has 90 constituencies and here assembly elections are scheduled to be held in two phases on November 12 and 20. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
The second phase of assembly elections in the state will be held on the 20th of this month. Tomorrow is the last day of filing nominations for the second phase, in which voting will be held on 72 seats. Notifications for the elections to all the constituencies of Madhya Pradesh and Mizoram will be issued tomorrow. The Madhya Pradesh Assembly has 230 seats and Mizoram 40, elections for which will be held in a single phase on the 28th of this month. Information and Broadcasting Minister Rajyavardhan Rathore has said journalists also serve the nation like army personnel. He was speaking at a condolence meeting organized at the Doordarshan Bhavan in New Delhi today over the death of its cameraman Achyutanand Sahu in Chhattisgarh. Mr. Rathore said Doordarshan is properly fulfilling its responsibility of informing the nation. He said the Prasar Bharati family stands by the family of Mr. Sahu.
दूरदर्शन और दूरदर्शन न्यूज यही एक अकेला है जो नेशनल ब्रॉडकास्टर है। एक तरह से नेशनल सर्विस, जिस तरह से सेना के जवान, पुलिस के जवान, सीआरपीएफ के जवान नेशनल सर्विस करते हैं, देश की सेवा करते हैं, उसी तरह हम सब भी देश की सेवा करते हैं। कैसी कैसी परिस्थितियों में जाना पड़ता है, कैसे कैसे संकट को कवर करना पड़ता है अपने कैमरे में, अपनी कलम से, और उसको देश भर तक पहुंचाने का जिम्मा आप सब लेते हैं। धीरे धीरे मीडिया की ताकत की वजह से आज लोगों को आपकी ये बड़ी जिम्मेदारी और बड़ा संकट जो आप उठाते हैं वो अब पता चल रहा है।
Speaking on the occasion, Prasar Bharati Chairman Dr. A. Surya Prakash said, "It is a sad moment for all of us," and he saluted the courage and bravery of the cameraman. He said, "The national broadcaster is responsible to promote the democratic spirit of the country." Information and Broadcasting Secretary Amit Khare, Prasar Bharati CEO Shashi Shekhar Vempate, DG News All India Radio Ira Joshi and DG News Doordarshan Mayank Agrawal were also present on the occasion. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. A Delhi court today extended the protection from arrest to former Union Minister P. Chidambaram and his son Karthi till the 26th of this month in the Aircel Maxis money laundering case. The case has been filed by the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate ED. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the CBI and the ED, told CBI Special Judge O.P. Saini that they have to meet a deadline and Mr. P. Chidambaram is not cooperating. He told the court that the CBI will file its reply to the anticipatory bail application of the Congress leader. Earlier, the ED had told the court that the custodial interrogation of the former Union Minister was necessary to unravel the truth. The CBI had earlier filed a charge sheet in the case saying that Mr. Chidambaram had granted a Foreign Investment Promotion Board approval in 2006 to the Mauritius-based Global Communication Services Holdings Limited, a subsidiary of Maxis. In Bihar, the Manjhaul court in Begusarai district has issued an arrest warrant against former State Social Welfare Minister Manju Verma. She has gone into hiding after the CBI registered an FIR against the former minister and her husband under the Arms Act after the recovery of ammunition from their house. Her husband has already surrendered before a local court in Begusarai. The Supreme Court had pulled up Bihar police for not arresting Verma even after her anticipatory bail application was dismissed by the Patna High Court on the 9th of last month. BJP has attributed the improvement in India's ranking in ease of doing business to the hard work, performance, reforms and development agenda of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, party spokesperson Sambit Patra said the ranking has improved from 142 position to 77 in the last 4 years, which shows the NDA government's concerted efforts, including the implementation of GST, to legislative measures to provide a better ecosystem for the business. Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale today said regional connectivity in South Asia is very relevant to wider Indo-Pacific and the world at large. Addressing the South Asia Regional Connectivity Conference in New Delhi, the Foreign Secretary said India believes in free and open Indo-Pacific region. He said connectivity can be meaningful only when everyone has equal access under international law to the use of the global commons. Mr. Gokhale said this would require freedom of navigation, unimpeded commerce, and peaceful settlement of disputes in accordance with international laws. He added that government's efforts are focused on connecting the Northeast India to the dynamic economies of Southeast Asia, and the aim is to leapfrog in terms of connectivity and access. The Northeast monsoon has set in over parts of South India today and would expand in the next 24 hours. Director of Area Cyclone Warning Centre, S. Balachandran, told reporters in Chennai that Northeast monsoon rains have commenced over coastal Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, South Tamil Nadu, southern Kerala and southern coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh. He said the monsoon will cover the remaining parts of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Rayalaseema and southern Karnataka tomorrow. Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena has called a parliament session on Monday, reversing its earlier decision to prorogue it till the 16th of this month. Newly appointed Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said he was informed of the decision by the President. Our Colombo correspondent has more details.
President Sirisena was under pressure from within the country and international community to call early session of parliament. He had prorogued parliament till 16 after his sudden decision to appoint Mahinda Rajapaksa as prime minister in place of Ranil Wickremesinghe. The latter side has welcomed the decision and maintained that they have a majority to prove. However, voting to decide upon majority will still take few days after parliament convenes. Meanwhile, political analysts believe the decision was taken after Rajapaksa side has been assured of majority. Santosh Kumar for AIR News from Colombo.
The Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana is strengthening the lives of the poor in Assam. Under the scheme, free LPG connections are being given to the woman head of the BPL families in the state. The scheme provides a financial assistance of 1,600 rupees to every below the poverty line household for providing LPG connection. The scheme also provides EMI facility to pay the cost of the first refill and the purchase of gas stove. Here is a ground report from our Dibrugarh correspondent.
The scheme is aimed at providing clean fuel to BPL households and improving the health of women. The scheme would cover about 30 lakh BPL households in the state. One of the beneficiaries of the scheme, Kalpana Gogoi, says,
Earlier, I used to cook with firewood, which affected my health a lot. After getting a cylinder, now I can prepare food on time, and there is an improvement in my health too. With the help of cooking gas, my family and I have got rid of smoky kitchen.
The scheme is helping bring smiles on the faces of women. While the clean fuel protects them from the hazards of inhaling smoke, it also helps the women avoid going to unsafe areas to collect firewood. With report of Debojit Kotogi from Dibrugarh, Zakir Nazir, AIR News.
In cricket, West Indies were 29 for 2 in 8.5 overs against India in the final ODI of the 5-match series at Thiruvananthapuram when reports last came in. Shai Hope and Kiran Powell were the wickets that fell, with paceman Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah being the wicket takers. And now, before we end, the headlines once again. Cabinet approves MOUs with South Korea and Russia for expanding cooperation in tourism and transport. Also clears renaming of Jharsuguda Airport in Odisha as Veer Surendra Sai Airport. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Budgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. Election Commission team led by Chief O.P. Rawat reviews poll preparedness in Chhattisgarh. Northeast monsoon sets in over parts of South India. And in cricket, West Indies win the toss and elect to bat against India in the 5th and final ODI at Thiruvananthapuram. And for details of these stories and more, you can log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. And with that, we end the Midday News.